Okay, so I'm just gonna start by giving you just a little summary of what we'll be doing. So this interview is basically for our developmental psychology class. Is studying the physical and mental development of children. In order to better understand the process of development, we have been assigned the task of interviewing a parent, so my father. Therefore, I would like to take a few minutes of your time to ask you a series of questions about one child, but in this case, you'll be answering for both your children. If at any time you have questions, please do not hesitate to ask them. If you wish to refrain from answering or to terminate the interview, you can do so at any time. So we will start with the first question. My topic is how you dealt with your children reaching puberty. So I'm just going to start by doing some background questions. So how old are you at the moment?
45 years old.
Young. Second question, what is your marital status at the moment?
Married.
Yes. How many children do you have?
2 children. My daughter 19, or almost 19. My son 16.
Yeah. And then, daughter, son, so female, male. And then how old were you when you had me, your first child?
26.
And then your second?
29.
Okay. So now I'm just going to get more background on you when you reached puberty so then we can compare. How did your parents perceive like sex, drugs, and alcohol when you were young? Like, were they strict, or like did they talk open about it?
I didn't talk about it, but weren't strict either.
Okay. So
they let us a lot of freedom. They gave me a lot of freedom.
Okay. Do you have a different perception of sex, drugs, or alcohol than your parents did?
No.
No. So
same thing.
It helped you to deal with us. How involved do you want to be in your child's personal life? So how involved do you want to be in my life and in your son's
Very
life?
involved in both of my children's life, always.
In both cases equally?
Both cases equally.
Okay. And do you want to know everything? Like, do you expect to know everything that goes on in their personal life?
Not everything, because I think everyone needs to have secrets and a private space, and I respect that. But we want to instill a relationship where we feel our children can come to us to tell us anything that they have problems dealing with. A trusting relationship.
At what age or moment in your child's life did you know you had to bring up the topic puberty or sex or drugs? Or did you feel like there was a specific moment?
Tough one. I think for you, obviously, when you had your first serious boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And with your brother...
Hasn't happened yet?
No, it has. We felt we had to this year, actually. So he's, in secondary 3?
Yeah. 4.
So, 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this year we actually brought it up with him.
So you think you're having the talk like me and him same age?
Yeah, pretty much.
It should happen at the same age?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Sec 4, 5, 16.
Yeah, okay. Was it hard for you to bring up the subject?
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't hard.
When the relationship is good and you have a trusting relationship, I think everything is done from the heart. So it's just asking the right questions at the right time, and that makes it easier for both. Was
it harder with one child though?
No.
No? Both were? Yeah. Okay. Which child was harder to deal with when
Well,
why?
It's not a fair question in the sense that you went through it and you're kind of almost out of your teens.
Mm-hmm.
and you're much further in the process, whereas I feel your brother is still in that process and he's going to go through it.
Yeah.
So if I had to answer like now, would have been you. You had a little episode there where we had a bit of stress and
Yeah.
we feared you might not come out right in the end. But you know, if I compare to many parents out there, your little thing was a couple of months, whereas for other parents it's you know, it's years and years.
Yep. Okay. Sorry about that. With which child are you more concerned about when it comes to like sex, drugs, alcohol?
I can't say that I'm concerned at all with any of you. You know, you've obviously felt invested in the sports that you took on, and I feel that following that direction, you know, anyways, the drugs is certainly not a big part of your life. So, you know, you still feel that your body's your temple and you want to treat it that way. So sex is sex. I mean, at one point it's going to happen, and yeah, it's pretty much that. So no, I don't feel concerned.
Do you think you communicated or educated both your children on these topics for us to make the right decisions? So if you weren't worried for either of us.
I'm not sure we educated you. I think it's the
But
example maybe that we set, and you know, the examples that you have around you. But I'm not sure we actually educated you and, you know, actually sat down to talk about drugs and stuff. It was just in the normal course of things.
It happened at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, you can answer this, or if you choose. Do you think that either of your children are like sexually active or using drugs, consuming alcohol?
I know they're sexually active. I don't
You
think
both
they're
of them are
using.
sexually active?
No, one of them. One of them, but no, I don't think they're using drugs. I don't think so. Probably maybe starting alcohol.
You know I'm consuming alcohol.
Correct. My brother
brother
probably has tried it.
We'll see. How does that make you feel?
It's the normal, for me it's a normal course of things. What we wanted to do is to try to prevent or to stall the first time as long as possible, so that you don't actually start in secondary 2 when you're in 14 years old. So our goal was to stall it as much as possible. But yeah.
Do you think your children are comfortable to come talk to you about these topics?
I think so, and I hope so.
Yeah.
I think so. I hope so.
Are you proud of the way your children are handling them?
Very proud, absolutely.
Yeah.
For, anyways, knock on wood, so far, 2 beautiful children, and with nice behaviors, and set right in the right path so far.
You have one who's still going through puberty, but are you proud of the way I handled it?
Absolutely. So far, yes.
So far, I'm done.
You're not done yet.
1 week.
19.
Yep.
The whole 19th year is still a teen.
That's true. Yeah. So that concludes the interview. Thank you for answering.
Thank you.
Thank you.